Well, now to the political crisis in Virginia. Fox News learning Virginia Congressman Bobby Scott heard about the sexual assault allegation against Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax more than a year ago. This just coming to light after Dr. Vanessa Tyson publicly accused Fairfax of assaulting her at the 2004 Democratic Convention. Here's Congressman Scott yesterday.
Sorry to tell.
Excuse me.
I don't have any information.
But she told you a while ago.
She did not tell me.
She did not tell you.
She told me she had reported it to the Washington Post.
Have you spoken with Dr. Tyson? She says you're friends.
Not recently.
Let's bring in former Virginia Congresswoman Barbara Comstock, resident fellow at the Harvard Institute of Politics. Thank you so much for taking the time this morning. So, this is a bipartisan issue, because Republicans, Democrats alike have been accused of sexual misconduct. They're coming out strong against this one as well, making this bipartisan. It should be that inappropriate sexual behavior, whether recent or in the past, has no place in society, let alone public office. The question here, again, which comes up every time a public official gets accused of this, is does an investigation warrant Fairfax to eventually step down, or does he wait it out like Kavanaugh did?
Well, here's the difference. A year ago, when Dr. Tyson's allegations, when she first came forward and talked to people like Congressman Scott and the Washington Post, we were in the midst of Me Too moment, and we were passing legislation. I passed a bill to require training on Capitol Hill. We had Democrats and Republicans resigning, and we had Democrats and Republicans alike calling for people to resign. So it's very painful to hear that this story was known at that time, and they allowed this to stay here. And unfortunately, it has not been bipartisan in calling for there to be hearings about Lieutenant Governor Fairfax and to hear from this woman. And let me remind you, in 2017, we had, a lot of women, Democrats, who were elected to the state legislature, and they are now sitting down there every day where Lieutenant Governor Fairfax presides over the Senate, and not a single one of them have called for hearings or called for him to resign. And the hypocrisy is really stunning.
Okay.
And the only reason that hasn't happened is because they now have a problem where all three of their guys, and these are all guys there, it's all Democrat guys, the governor and the attorney general are the ones who had the problem, appearing in blackface. And now you have this very serious sexual assault, which, if true, is a crime that needs to have more information. There needs to be a process, just as like there always has been, and we've always said there needs to be due process. You need to hear from the victim. But this is a Democrat woman that a lot of these Democrats know, and they ignored her.
Okay, but some of the Democratic women, speaking of Democrats here, newly elected to the House, they're coming out strong as well. So this isn't just Republicans that are coming after him. I mean,
no, they didn't call for hearings.
But they've expressed, well, here's the deal. So they expressed anger at the way Fairfax has handled the claims leveled against him by Vanessa Tyson. She's a college professor from California.
And trashing her and attacking her.
There are reports that Fairfax used profanity in a private meeting with state Senate Democrats to describe her claims. He denies that. Fellow Democratic Senator and presidential hopeful Kamala Harris, I mean, she calls Dr. Tyson's claims credible. There you have, a Democrat coming out against this. She says that there should be an inquiry. She, as you remember, also pushed for Al Franken to step down. So it doesn't seem that there is a disconnect here as far as putting the pressure on these.
Well, I was talking about Virginia Democrats. There are Virginia Democrat women who sit there every day, none of whom have said anything. But you're right, and I commend Senator Harris for speaking up.
All right. Congresswoman Barbara Comstock, thank you very much for talking to us. We appreciate it.